there's no other. Through tough times, no matter the cause, circumstances will keep them strong. Keeping faith, going hard. See the light and come this far. Cause all she wants is a lover. No temptation.
Alright, y'all tuned into another episode of Tipsy Talk with TNA. Andreas Cook, Miss
Tiara Ponce.
as y'all can hear, she's not 100%, so y'all, I got my cup up, blocking my face and stuff. We are sipping on the Cook Shop tea though.
It's amazing.
Yes, definitely y'all need to get some of this.
Right. I need some more.
I did a whole pot. Almost, yeah. So there's some more over there. Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, you know, go ahead and get some of that energy too. And, oh, how's your migraine?
Oh, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm sitting here like, it's like almost gone for real. Like, I'm sitting here like, not feel anything? Not really, no.
Yeah, see? That's what cannabis full spectrum hemp does for y'all. But yeah, today's episode number 5, The Art of Self-Control.
Take notes. There's a lot of y'all been losing your minds lately, so we need to talk.
I love it. It's like a come to Jesus week. Whatever.
Yeah, it really is. Like, this is gonna be raw, real content.
I'm good. No.
Right. Seriously.
No, it's gonna be like, as far as editing, just because of all the different stuff I gotta put through. But yeah, I guess, you know, self-control. What is the art of self-control?
You know, being a normal human being who thinks before they act. The art of self-control is being able to have an emotion and being able to live in that emotion without reacting to that emotion. You get what I'm saying? Like, we all feel. And I think that people, when they say, oh, have some self-control, it's not saying don't have an emotion or don't have a feeling.
Yeah. You
can feel. You're more than welcome to feel. However, it's what you do after that people judge you on. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, if I kick your cat, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be like, are you kidding me right now? You just kicked my cat. If you kick me, it's like, dude, why didn't you find one of my pets? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, self-control.
So, like, match this.
Yeah, like, match that energy. Like, perfect example. I remember everybody had some, like, talks about, you know, oh, Summerfest and all that stuff. And, oh, goodness, rappers running through the streets, 5 venues and all this stuff. And the thugs from Bragg Jam actually are the ones who threw a table through Fatty's Pizza.
Oh, and is that on top of the street too? Or
That's on
Cherry?
Second.
Fatty's Pizza.
Self-control. And supposedly he was like mad about something that literally nothing makes sense about you throwing a table or a chair or whatever you through an establishment. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
That's a huge thought process. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just pick up this table.
I'm angry Neanderthal mentality, and that is a whole nother topic. Neanderthals. However, you know, when it comes to just irrational behavior, my first thought, because I pride myself, if I pride myself on anything, which is really not a lot, because I really don't believe in that whole pride stuff, but I am very well content in my head.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Some people have to get the last word. I have the last word in my head, and I want you to look as stupid as possible trying to speak against me.
Gotcha.
Some people have to prove that point out loud. Some people have to, you know what I mean, voice their opinions and things like that. And it's like, no. First of all, you literally don't have to always be heard.
Yeah.
You know, you're not necessarily always right. You get what I'm saying? But self-control makes you actually have that thought process. You get what I'm saying? And actually breaks it down. And I think that
I love this tea.
This tea is amazing. I really can't. I came in here like a sick dog. Like, I didn't think these, like, anything was gonna be okay. Like,
I'll start drinking this stuff every day. Like, no, I'm sorry.
No, I do. I just need some more tea bags.
Yeah.
Remember the jar I bought?
Yeah.
Like real life, drink this every morning, and it like you'll feel like I don't even care what nobody says to me. Like the first 3 hours of my day, like I drink this tea and I'm like, sure, self-control.
Practicing self-control.
Right, makes me want to kick everybody when they talk to me in the morning. But
love it.
When you see, okay, perfect example. Unfortunately, in Macon, we are seeing some horrible stories. My condolences to anybody who's lost somebody in these last couple weeks, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's been disgusting here. The things that has happened, the people that are being taken away from us. I'm gonna, speak very soft and lightly about these incidents, but it's like self-control would have helped avoid a lot of these things. You go into an establishment and something's not right. Out of everybody in the building, you bred out. You get what I'm saying? And for us, unfortunately, in our environment, sometimes the guy who shows out and pops off and shoots the place up, he's the thug and he's cool or whatever. And it's just like, to me, that's the corniest person in the building. You get what I'm saying? Like, you looked around at all these people.
It reminds me of that Jay-Z line. It's like, y'all respect he said, I respect the victim, but now y'all respect like the shooter or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Right. And I see that all the time. And like, somebody was just actually talking to me about like the difference between like New York parties and Georgia parties and stuff like that. And I was like, the one thing I know is that, like, I will say, just speaking from my experience as a New Yorker or whatever, we ride for each other. Like that's it. Like, you get what I'm saying? There's no, oh, well, she's from Queens. If I see somebody walk up to you and slap you in your face, my gut instinct is to walk up, yo, what are you doing? You get what I'm saying? Oh, she stole chips out of my store. Slap her again. Keep it pushing. You get what I'm saying? But it's like,
you inquired.
Yeah, like we're going to step in, and the first thing I see,
there's an honor code there.
Yeah, regardless to what. You get what I'm saying? No, I don't got to be my relative. But what we not about to do is sit there and pull out a phone before somebody's looking out. Somebody's looking out for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, and here in the clubs, like, I do see that people will start something, and everybody will begin to do something else. New York, we will literally turn around and beat you up. Like, if you're the one who started the fight, we're going to stomp you out. Because we came here, we paid money to come into this club.
You know what?
They'll start fighting each other. Like, oh, well, I had beef with you 2 years ago. Remember that? Come here. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? You get what I'm saying? Like, the self-control to me is like, it goes into so many things. Why have self-control? If I don't have self-control, what is the response to it? So if you're praising the people who are messing up your parties or messing up your events, and they're the cool guy on the block, or he just get like that, what exactly do you expect from your community other than chaos and no type of self-control?
I get it. I definitely get it.
I just feel like it's something that we really need to talk about. I'll even create like a chat about it, but I want us to really begin to think about the whole thought process of what makes you react as harsh as you do, what makes you be passive, playing devil's advocate to what I'm saying. Why allow things to happen? Self-control is like, as much as you're saying, oh, don't act irrational, you still need to control certain things yourself. You get what I'm saying? And some people are like, it is what it is. Now, every now and then, it is almost okay to have to defend yourself. I don't want to tell people to punch people in the face. However, don't also be the other side of that coin where, you become a victim of someone who has lost control and you don't have enough control in yourself to defend. There's a such thing. But I think that we've lost touch of the art of self-control. How to finesse it, how to make it still look cool, how to still be the cool guy without fighting or doing whatever. And I'm saying guy, and I'm sorry guys, but girls too. Because I know for me as a female, like, my first reaction when I see another female and she's not sure of how I'm going to react, I'll smile. And there's so many girl gangs or cliques or whatever that do all these positivity and light events, but then you see them in the streets and that's not really them. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Self-control says I don't walk up to you and just slap the shit out of you because you being rude or you know what I mean, you looking at me like you want to fight. I don't take very well to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do recognize that females are extremely competitive,
Mm-hmm.
and they look at you as competition,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
You know, I had a thought about that right there, but like looking at it as the male perspective,
mm-hmm,
and like I know like how people genders are labeled,
mm-hmm,
but I was sitting there thinking, and I would, you know, I'd be thinking to myself when shit be going on or whatever, a lot of stuff go up in my head. But anyway, I was like, males are really like with females, right? I feel that females combined, even though they don't like each other, whatever the case may be, and at the end of the day, there's a commonality where you're both female, and given a certain situation, you will bond or whatever because you know it seems like the world is against y'all, right? But like with males, like with support and things of that nature, males don't support males like females will support females. Even if like you're having a disagreement, right?
mm-hmm.
Females will still bond with one another, and you know females are competitive, which you know is fair to say. But males, like, they're competitive, but there's no support. Like,
And that's so crazy that you say that. Because I literally, and I guess this is just the, you know, looking at the other side or whatever,
mm-hmm.
I feel as though guys gang together very well.
Maybe it's just my experience.
I think, yeah, because for me, I have personally reached out
Mm-hmm.
to females.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Or, one even better, how about the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I attempted to, like, give a business referral.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, let me just get her name. And I pulled up the page, and it said add a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Or add as a friend.
Mm-hmm. And you was already friends with this person.
I was already friends with this person.
Yeah.
I don't know what her problem is.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I don't care. But there goes a booking for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't toot my own horn
Yeah.
at all. However, people hit me up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a yellow pages. Like, hey, Tiara, do you know somebody that does this?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tiara, do you know somebody that does this?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tiara. So you do yourself a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because one, to me, I don't consider myself to have beef with anybody because I haven't had to put my hands on anybody.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah, my definition of beef is sort of like that or whatever.
Yeah, anything
So,
beyond that, talking, all that
Exactly,
stuff,
yeah.
you're not about it.
Yeah.
You're not about it. You
Yeah.
have a problem with me, I openly, blatantly say,
Mhm.
come see me.
Yeah.
All the time. You get what I'm saying? I have no problem checking into where I'm at or anything like that.
Mhm.
So you know where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? You have a problem with yourself
Mhm.
and it's being reflected on me.
Mhm.
But
So that's self-control.
yeah, once again, get that self-control because at the same time, you're being detrimental to yourself.
Yeah.
And you're doing it with somebody who don't care.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's
Wasting
like,
energy.
I see guys and they will team up. Perfect example, my artists. I love my artists. Everybody know I love my artists. Like,
Mhm.
and girls, I'll talk about y'all in a second, but my male artists,
Mhm.
they came together
Mhm.
and they're like, look, bro, I don't know you, but like, you're dope at what you do.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes as males, y'all need a motivation as to why you're going to connect. But even some females with the motivation to connect, with people knowing like, yo, Tiara's really not a hater. Like, she will really tag you in something. She'll really get you booked. She'll really do it. Girls will still be detrimental to themselves and be like, nope, I'm in my feelings.
So,
And
I guess our perspective. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
no, you're good.
I guess our perspectives are like the way they are, or whatever, because of who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did the
That's
same
even before
thing.
that. And just humbly
did.
speaking,
Uh,
like, even before me being able to connect anything to anybody, whatever,
mm,
people would just enjoy having a problem with me.
Mm.
Even in college. You get what I'm saying? I almost had to tear my roommate up.
mhm.
She ran and she left the college. Good job, Samantha.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, oh no, she already know what time it is. Like seriously, like,
Mhm.
people enjoyed having a and for me, my mother used to always tell me,
Mhm.
sweetheart, everybody's not gonna like you.
Yeah.
You're nice. You get what I'm saying? They look at you and they're thinking that you're about to be mean because you're a pretty girl.
Mhm.
And most pretty girls are not approachable and not, you know what I mean, willing to be nice. But you have that side of you or that is so sweet and you'll do whatever, but not everybody's like that.
Mhm.
Stand your ground
Mhm.
and get it shaken if you had to. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm invincible. Why? Because ain't nobody tear me up yet.
Mhm.
Hello? Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's honestly how I feel.
Mhm.
It's like, whatever. But knowing and having that same mentality, I still know that, and I'm still to everybody. So it's like you can have that confidence, you can feel invincible, you can feel like Iron Man, and still be a good person. Like, you get what I'm saying? Some people take that and they wear it on a daily basis, and then they wonder why they, you know what I mean, can't keep a job, or can't keep a man, or can't keep a girl. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you reflect all this negativity and don't show control in professional situations. Oh,
yes.
God, we can go into that for days.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And, like, I mean, you don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
But, you get what I'm saying? Coming out of your face in a professional setting gets you nowhere.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't have self-control, or somebody triggered you. I remember working at Geico. You get what I'm saying? And
high stressful environment.
High stressful environment. I think it's hilarious that they have these commercials talking about because your supervisor cares. When I say died laughing the first time I heard that commercial, I was like, my supervisor was literally the reason why I left like my job. I was like, she's annoying. I'm making more money in cash sitting here crocheting hats, and she's stupid. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta leave this place. Like,
but that fit wasn't for you because of who you are, the qualities you possess, the characteristics. I'm like, you are an entrepreneur through and through. That's one thing I definitely love about you and can admire, because I know what you go through. It's the same thing. I don't fit that mold. Like, when I was at Norfolk Southern, I worked at Geico too. Shit. I worked at Emergency Room Service.
I love and appreciate everybody that still works at Geico, because you have a patience that I don't have, and a quality of self-control that I don't have. And I respect you wholeheartedly. Like, this is not even to like knock on anybody that works at Geico, because you are pure. My mom always says, "Mejor tú que yo," better you than me, because I'm not built for that. When we talk about self-control, I had no problem getting up out of my seat, taking my headset off, and being like, "I'm not doing this," and walking out the building. They thought I was crazy. My team like got frustrated with me, and my supervisor, like, I like my first supervisor. My last supervisor they had me with was she was like completely stupid. But self-control, you get what I'm saying? And in certain environments trigger it. I will say that.
Wouldn't you say that it's self-control in the extent that you knew that you could not thrive in that environment? So
no, but self-control says being aware of aware that, you know what I mean, there may be 100 calls holding, being aware that I will mess up my stats, getting off the phone, being aware that I was going to get written up. I still would be like, I literally just want to eat some La Parilla. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Like, but real life.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, self-control in that moment, you being cognizant of everything going on, and you having self-control, knowing that if you stayed in that situation, it could escalate, and you could be like, you know, the tyrant, or, you know, someone blows up Geico or whatever. To me, that's exercising self-control by leaving. Because if you would have stayed in that environment, you know, anything could have happened, because you was reaching that climax point. It's the same thing with me when I was at Norfolk Southern. I literally didn't go to work that day because I was fed up. I told him, I was like, you know.
Now, I had left my Versace lotion at Geico on my desk, so I literally went back to go get my Versace lotion. That was it.
That's understandable. But you had already made a decision. You were comfortable with the decision, so nothing else bothered you. With me, like, I didn't go to work. They called me or whatever. They're like, hey, it's because I was supposed to be at work at 2:30. And I'll never forget the day because it's approaching my anniversary, my quit anniversary. It was December 3rd, 2013. And I didn't show up for work that day. Somebody had to stay and work my job or whatever. So they called me. It was like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I was supposed to be there at 2:30. And one of the managers called me, one of the bigger managers. He said, hey, Andreas. I'm like, yeah. So, first of all, I answered the phone. I knew it was going to be entertaining.
Hey, bud.
I was like, hey, you know what time you supposed to be at work? No, you can have that. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, you can have that. Click.
No!
So I had so many people calling me, talking about, oh man, you shouldn't do this and yada yada, fear. But I was like, no, if I stayed or whatever, I've been there murdered somebody or whatever, because this environment was not for me. It was like the last 2 years of my work history sucked. I was that employee where I would get put out on the street or whatever, come back because it was a union job, so you get put on the street, discipline, come back. Man, having more time being put out on the street. Of course, I wasn't being paid or whatever, but I didn't care. I had my peace of mind.
Right.
But yeah, that was, I thought, looking at it and while we're talking about it, I think that was exercise of self-control because I knew.
But this is the part that I would say people kind of question and debate about with self-control.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, if I react, you know what I mean, then I didn't have self-control. If I leave, people look at me like, she don't have the control to just sit there and just do the job.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because in the counter perspective of what I'm thinking is having, as you say, self-control, and saying like, I was good enough to leave, at the same time, anybody that was affected by my decision is looking like she couldn't control herself and not say anything to the supervisor, or she couldn't control herself and just stay. So, excuse me, it's like, it's weird because when we think we're maintaining self-control, those affected by it are looking like, excuse me, that's the best decision you could have. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not going to please everybody. However, figure out what's the best, what's the medium. But it's a fine line. Like, just that was a perfect example. Like me, I was thinking, you know what I mean, before I just, tell her off or tell my customer off on the phone or
get
just
charges.
Get charges put on me like for dealing with this stuff. Let me go. And my supervisor would look like, you know what I mean, Tiara doesn't even have, I guess the word would be decency and self-control to stay and just do the job because that's what she agreed to do. I'm like, yeah, I agreed when I had a good supervisor. But I think, the art or the skill set of self-control is finding that balance, and saying like, not only is this what's best for me, this is what's best for this situation. And I always say the me first because I feel like people nowadays should actually get a little bit more selfish. Just because, we talked about self-care and things like that. And, for whatever reason, we begin to put ourselves on the back burner for things that are not more priority than us. Money and scheduling or convenience of other people and things like that. What about yourself? Because, like, I know me right now is a result of me, not really taking care of myself, and just running myself. Tiara has to be everywhere, Tiara has to do this, Tiara has to do that, whatever. And this is literally, unfortunately, what always happens is that I get to this point where I get sick and I clonk out, and self-control says, no, Tiara, you cannot solve everybody's problems. You cannot, schedule 5 things in one day and make it happen and be good for the morning.
Exactly.
But it's something that, it's a process. So I'm not even preaching this on I know exactly how to have self-control. No, not at all. It's a growing process. You learn the things that you can tolerate. I feel like that is a part of the skill set, is the things that you can tolerate, the things that demand you. You know what I mean? When you're being demanded something, how do you control yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, perfect example, a job is demanding your time.
It sure is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you sit there in that moment of feeling maybe weak or not in control? How do you still have that balance of having that self-control to say, listen, this is, it's not something I can technically finesse or work around, but I have to work through this. And how do you respond? You get what I'm saying? Just anything that we've seen that's like extremely unfortunate is like, and that was the best solution. You get what I'm saying? Like, we see so many things. I just seen this video of this lady beating her kid. Did you see that? And she brought a friend to the school to record it.
All she wants is a lover, just to hold her. She wants no other. Through tough times, no matter the cause, circumstances will keep them strong. Keeping faith.